Hello everyone, welcome to Star Codes. This is Tania Gabrielle, your wealth astrologist, and in this episode we are going to cover the amazing Virgo full moon, which is full of healing and spiritual upliftment and cleansing and release and just positivity. There's just so much good news. Now, on the same day, which is March 9th, we have Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, stationing direct again. So you can see the forward momentum theme is going to be very, very powerful at this time. And you don't need to be a Virgo to benefit from this forecast because you have Virgo somewhere in your astrology birth chart. You have a house that's ruled by Virgo. And so you are impacted whether you have Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising sign or not, doesn't matter. Now we have the moon and sun at 19 degrees, moon in Virgo, sun in Pisces. And so Neptune figures greatly in this forecast. Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, where the sun is, because Neptune is conjunct the sun. So this means we have an intense cleansing process, a watery element that is so purifying and healing, and it's about the spreading of love, the spreading of energy, connection, compassion, anything that connects you to your brothers and sisters worldwide. This is being accentuated in a major, major way. So we have this moment of intense spirituality. And since Mercury also stations direct, Mercury, the ruler of Virgo in the full moon, we have this stunning moment now where we can get some very clear insights. Mercury governing the lower mind and how we communicate and our messaging, how we connect with each other online. That's all governed by Mercury. So there's this important moment now to realize and be very grateful for all those connections. You know, Neptune is the grand connector and Mercury is how we communicate and what we say. Plus, we also have two amazing conjunctions during this Virgo full moon. One in particular sets the stage for abundance to flow again, for fortunate events to really be activated in a magnificent way, a way that you'll really start to notice that life has so many blessings to bring. So what we'll cover today is the full moon in Virgo, its ability to heal and uplift, the amazing synchronistic event with Mercury, ruler of Virgo, stationing direct, the impact of Neptune, ruler of Pisces, where the sun is opposite the moon, being conjunct the sun, meaning being merged with the sun, and basically all the other conjunctions and transits as well. And as always, we'll end with tips and takeaways to help you focus on the essentials and move forward in this magnificent moment we're having in 2020 now as the redirect is happening. So Virgo is an earth sign. It's opposite Pisces, a water sign. And we have 6 planets in earth signs during this Virgo full moon. The moon is in Virgo, of course. Uranus and Venus are in Taurus. That's one of the conjunctions. And then Mars, Pluto, and Jupiter are in Capricorn. And that's the other conjunction. It's a triple conjunction that's coming together by the end of March, but is already active for this March 9th full moon. So this triple earth sign population of planets is creating a grand trine, a wide grand trine, which is the most fortunate sacred geometric shape that we have in astrology. It's the trine of mother, father, child. It's the trine of creativity, creation. Good things come in threes. That's basically what the trine represents. So this earth sign trine means that our lives are able to feel more grounded, feel more like we have a real sense of stability and security. And Virgos love logic, Virgos love analysis. So we can edit, we can get things to run smoothly and more efficiently. Virgo, of course, governs crystals, anything earth related, anything health and healing related, like herbs and health regimens and the origins of your food and water, the origins or just knowing that the air you're breathing is pure, your environment. This is all Virgo stuff. So Virgo really encapsulates and cleanses, and it's connected to being more efficient with your energy. So that allows you to plan and organize and be practical and very conscious and conscientious. So there is a sense of you wanting to put more focus on your physical body. Virgo rules the 6th house in astrology, which is all about your physical home, your daily life. How are you living your daily life? Is it healthy? Does it generate healing? Do you have an environment where you can heal, where you can relax and allow energy and frequency to just bring healthy vibes into your life? So Virgo is a sign of service, using the resources we have to help each other. So Virgo is a very helpful influence right now. It governs things like structure and errands and tasks, critical thinking, discernment and focus. And the shadow side would be if you get too perfectionistic, or if you get into blame and judgment, or working too hard, worrying, being critical. Because Virgo likes everything in its place. And so that shadow side of perfectionistic tendencies has to be watched as well. Now, what Virgo does so well, though, because it encapsulates the microcosm and the macrocosm, understanding Mother Earth and every little detail to the microbe level of what Mother Earth actually gives us in terms of the bounty. Virgo brings order out of what seems like chaos by seeing how the pieces fit together, by creating healing as a result. So this is a big time right now on Earth, and for every one of us to incorporate a very healing attitude and regimen into our life. And we need to understand who we are, both inside in terms of physically, but also inside in terms of spiritually, how we're made up. And a good way to know your tendencies and know your personality, a wonderful way, is to understand your birth code, to understand what your birthday means, what your star code means. And I've created a free masterclass for you at starcodeclass.com, where you can go and discover all of that. It's really fun. You'll discover what your day of birth means, what your full birthday number means, your birth name, which is your destiny and career, and also start learning about the degree numbers in your astrology chart. All of that is revealed in that wonderful free masterclass. So go to starcodeclass.com and start the healing process, the awakening process. So 19 degrees, that's where the sun and moon are. Moon in Virgo, sun in Pisces, and 19 is the Prince of Heaven number. It represents life, light, awakening, new beginnings. So you are being invited now, after the Mercury retrograde in Pisces ending today, and all this Pisces energy soon, basically coming into a place where it's washing away, where it's clearing. You're being invited to focus on joy. Because sometimes when we're in the Piscean energy, we can get into the illusion, right? The nebulousness, and that is a focus on misery, feeling miserable. So you want to make the conscious decision, because it is up to you. Where do you want to place your attention, on joy or misery? And you're being shown and being helped now through the star code to place that attention on what is the solution, what brings joy. What is your dream? What do you want to give birth to? 19 is 10-1. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. It is about new beginnings, new life, new light. Now let's look at what's happening to the sun and moon during the full moon. The moon is opposite Neptune and the sun conjunct Neptune. So the moon opposite Neptune brings your head and heart into balance. Moon being feeling and Virgo being governed by Mercury is a very practical perspective. So it's coming together. And so the opposition to Neptune in its own sign of Pisces carries a sense of bringing energy into harmony between your natural inclination to be practical and hands-on and your intuitive heart-centered space that downloads from the divine without research. Virgos love to research, and we're being asked to do both. You can do your research, but you have to intuit as well. You have to understand the basics, right? The bullet points, but then you have to let go and surrender and receive the answer. So you want to trust and be methodical at the same time. And simplicity is very, very important with Virgo, keeping it simple, keeping it clear and tidy in your space. Understanding that your psychic awareness really increases with Neptune being so much part of this full moon. So pay attention to your dreams, to, if you doze off and get an insight. It's such a delicate time, and so your perception is really, really strong. And so you have this sense of mystical, spiritual awareness that is easily accessed around this full moon. Now, the Sun conjunct Neptune, which was exact the day before on the 8th of March, really enhances your vivid imagination. It allows you to be very receptive and impressionable as well. So just be aware that, you want to always take that practicality as well and not be, taken away on a situation where you're not understanding the core concept, where it is deception. In other words, you want to understand that there is mysticism, but there's a difference between being spiritually connected and hearing source move through you and being in a place of illusion. If you feel mystified by something, then turn into your heart, turn into empathy, make it a time to explore the esoteric and explore your code, for example, your astronumerology code, your star code, or look more into the arts and sciences that are connected to the esoteric arts. And at the same time, you want to set boundaries because Neptune has no boundaries and Neptune embraces everything and everyone. And we have to have both. We have to have the idea that we are connected intimately to everything and everyone, and that our thoughts create our reality and impact our environment and thus flow out to others and impact others. And at the same time, we need to protect ourselves from those energies and vibrations that we really know are not healthy for us, that are low vibrational. Okay, so other transits during this full moon are the moon trines Mars and the moon trines Jupiter and the moon trines Pluto, because we have Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto now coming together. So this is so exciting because it gives you emotional focus and direction with Mars, makes your instincts very strong, it gives you a lot of passion and direction and ambition and enthusiasm. That's a really big keyword as well, because there's so much about allowing that emotional impact to fuel your intentions with enthusiasm. So it's a great time for small and big and enterprising successes, feeling independent. And then the trine to Jupiter to the moon is just so beautiful because there's so much happiness and effortlessness and freedom and wisdom, generosity and gratitude, and you feel the gifts and advantages coming your way. You know that the wisdom and love is right there. It's ever present, and it's giving you such harmony. It makes you feel so good, so magnanimous, so even-keeled and joyful. And so you want to share those feelings with others as well. And then the moon trine Pluto gives you deep emotional insights and purges so that you can empower yourself. So it gives you great powers of assertion, for example, and it goes deep into the truth, and that generates healing. Your intuition is so heightened when Pluto and the moon are trine to each other. There's this sense of psychic perception and being deeply moved by what it is you discover, being in touch with the subconscious, and allowing the truth of the matter, to infuse you, getting to the root of the matter, to profoundly heal and stir those deeper feelings that then bring new life to everything you're doing, because your heart is now engaged. It's now merged with your soul and giving you such confidence and strength. And you know you're like invincible now. You feel that. And so this is just a really empowering, confident, boosting triple trine from the moon to these two planets. And of course, Mercury stations direct as well on the full moon. Mercury, the ruler of the full moon, the ruler of Virgo. And this, this has been a really big Mercury retrograde in Pisces and Aquarius. It's been huge. So Mercury moving direct is wonderful for forward momentum, and it will really take off mid-March and the latter part of March and accelerate healing. As it changes direct, it will be in Aquarius, which is the sign that governs the age we're moving into at this time. And then it moves into Pisces again, and we will have moments of intense spiritual awakening, and it will just feel like our minds will turn from inward focus to outward focus and allow our messaging and languaging to be infused with that spiritual sense, that Piscean sense. Now, you may feel more tired. Just so you know, there's a sense of Pisces always governing, moving into another dimension or bridging realities, and we do need more sleep when that happens. So just know that, yes, during the Pisces, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, we did need more rest, and maybe we're recovering from something. But now also you want to just take it easy, not move ahead super fast, but start getting things done. And it may take about a week or so as Mercury moves forward to really get back in sync again with the energy and the healing and the health. Now, we're going to now move to one more thing, and that is the fact that Venus and Uranus are conjunct each other. That's the other conjunction. And that really will help us take advantage of the Virgo full moon in a bigger way, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign Mercury stopped its retrograde in, 28 degrees Aquarius, a critical degree, which means it's very potent, and then starts moving forward again. So Venus conjuncting Uranus right as Mercury stations direct in the sign Uranus rules is very, very good news, because Venus brings many blessings of abundance and love and pleasure, and Uranus adds exploring new options, connecting with others in a fun way when it's with Venus. It's a great time to start a new creative project, for example, to be open to experiment with that and welcome financial windfalls that are of a different kind, and honoring your uniqueness, honoring your specialness and the specialness in others. And again, when you go to that free masterclass at starcodeclass.com, you can input other people's codes. You can discover about your friends, your colleagues, your family. You can help them and help yourself understand them too. So this is all the specialness of who we are. The liberation from conformity is happening with the Aquarian age that we're entering into. We are being asked to just step away from everything that's been top-down input, messaging from you have to be like this, or you have to follow this path, or, all the stuff that's been a place of controlling us, whether it's through schooling or healthcare or politics or just how we interrelate with each other, the codependency. All of that is shifting, and in order to have the confidence to break away from those paradigms that the stellium in Capricorn really, really is opening up, right? That stellium in January, that big moment, 500-year moment. We want to know who we are at soul level, right? So again, discover that. Go ahead and look at your code at starcodeclass.com. It will really help you just to embrace who you are in a very positive way. What makes you unique, what makes you tick, what are the things to watch for in order to stay in harmony. All that is very, very important. So let's look at some tips and takeaways now for this Virgo full moon. Remember, it happens at 19 degrees. 19 is the Prince of Heaven number. It ignites the light, your internal spiritual force, and brings new beginnings of healing and moving ahead. So a major, big thank you to life, a gratitude blessing that you feel for your life. Now, the Virgo Pisces axis, where the moon and sun are, represents sense and sensitivity. Virgo is the sense, Pisces is the sensitivity. Now, sense is not just common sense. It's about sensing the pulse. It's about sensing during your decision-making process. So while you're being practical and making sense of it all, you are sensing the barometer. When you sense while making sense of things, you are in the present moment. You are not in a place of illusion about being in the future, reminiscing about the past, because being fully engaged is being sensible and sensing the frequency of the moment. So you're making plans based on taking the barometer of your life at this time, at this very time, and that's all you can do. You don't want to take the barometer for something you've experienced in the past or felt in the past, and you certainly don't want to go into a place of illusion because you have no idea what the future will bring and make your decision based on what you feel the future is for you. No, you want to just focus on now, and Virgo is so good at that, making sense of it all through being in a sensible place and sensing the moment. And then when you experience being just completely here now, what is here right now is all that experience is. It's all that experience means. It's all that's ever been. So Virgo is visceral, hands-on, making sense, hands-on connection. And Pisces is the sensitivity, the inspirational, galactic, intuitive, spiritual expansion and connection. So each of them connects us in a different way. One is more the visible, practical, earth-centered, and the other is the more galactic, universal. So the moon in Virgo takes your feelings and funnels them into reality. And then we have Mercury direct in Aquarius and adds a dimension of taking your ideas and making plans to implement them. So communicating anything that comes to your present moment reality, knowing that your ability to communicate that and reason is very, very strong. So your heart and mind are synchronized. You feel intellectually stimulated. You can write, you can communicate really well. Your thoughts are moving fast as you adapt to variety and are curious to explore. And you're aligned to positive outcomes as well, just by virtue of the fact that we have so many good conjunctions going on at the same time. So another thing about Virgo that's so important, and just the sense and sensitivity storyline, is that your environment is having such an impact on you. So you will become the environment that you spend time in, that you hang with, that, whether it's people or places, you need to choose your surroundings and you need to choose the people you spend time with well, because the conversations you have, the actual literal place you are in, it has a huge impact on you. So Virgo is about aligning yourself with environments and people consciously and wisely. Again, the practicality of it, the making sense of it, being sensible, and using respect as well. Are you respecting yourself, and are you respecting your ability to connect with others? Because there's a sense of what you share with others and what they share with you has to be respectful. It can't cross any boundaries that will make you feel unhealthy or out of sync, right? So you want to also eat healthily and drink water that's rich in minerals, use crystals for healing, use aromatherapy, essential oils, investigate and try new healing modalities, especially ones that are connected to frequency and light or frequency and sound. And along with all those considerations, making sure that the frequency that you partake in, no matter what it is you're doing, your thoughts, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, and Mercury governs how you think. So your physical well-being is directly connected to how you think about your well-being and what you think about, right? So this is very, very much about the spiritual and emotional and mental connection here that we're experiencing. And it's really going to be vital in keeping us in that healthy space right now. So place yourself in the best that life has to offer. Place yourself in a place where you can embrace high vibrational living, and then you will become the best of everything. You will become the conduit of love and light and healing and joy. And that is the Virgo way, to feel incredibly blessed by the bounty of tools we have at our beck and call, our disposal, to feel blessed and grateful. And, with the moon in that earth sign of Virgo, you're called to be of service, to feel blessed and then share, and to also get greater clarity about why you're here. What is the reason for your sojourn on earth right now? Because Virgo loves the mastery of self-awareness, and that's why Virgo loves the tools that help us feel good. The aromatherapy and the crystals and all the healing tools, because the more we use those wonderful divine gifts, the more connected and balanced we will be energetically, because we are all made of frequency. So you want to go on this journey of self-discovery now. You want to allow the sun in Pisces and the moon and Neptune to sensitize your heart, to fill you with love, with empathy, with compassion. You want to remember that we come from the stars and we are made of stardust. And so this is your time to just get the inner healer going, right? To just be the healer in your life, to epitomize healing in your life. So go ahead and discover your star code as well at starcodeclass.com to discover how you're specially made to create abundance and health and loving relationships, and have a beautiful Virgo full moon. This is a very special one, and as we move through the month, it's going to get even better. So enjoy it, and I will see you in next week's Star Code. Bye-bye for now.